Good morning. This is Raghavendra Rao RV from BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore. Now we are going to discuss about the basic concepts of Java programming, and in this regard we will be briefly discussing about few concepts related to how to configure Java and how to get execute the programming and what are all the features of this Java. Now basically the features of this Java programming is majorly talks about it's a simple object oriented programming, and it's a distributed environment. Basically it will be working on the web enabled projects, mostly all internet based applications. The programming language is robust, and there are huge number of tools are available to design some graphical user interfaces in the format of abstract window toolkit and as well as Sphinx. And the major advantage of this Java programming is multi-threaded, and it's more secure and dynamic. Now when we move into the programming part, as we discussed, we required some JDK software to get execute this programming. To make use of this Java programming, first we need to get into the defined location. This here we are talking about this part. Sorry. Yeah. Just I will Google it. The thing is available here. Once you see this, here you can find these are all the NetBeans IDE, which is in the developer's role will be less in configuration approach. But here you can make use of this JDK. You click on the downloading and it will come down and it will show the n number of services available with nothing but which version, Linux, Solaris or Windows and all that. You can choose whichever you would like to, and you can download this. And more important part of this programming is it's an open source. You are no need to pay anything or you need to take any rights. You can automatically download it and go for an installation phase. As in a traditional way, what we are following, double click on the install icon and go on clicking next, and finally you click on the finish. But once you are done that particular thing, if assuming the JDK has been successfully installed, then automatically you can move into the specific location and you can able to see the two different folders like this. Nothing but one JDK and one JRE. Okay, JDK stands for the basic programming part, this one, and JRE for a Java runtime environment, which the JDK contains the bin where I am having all my necessary exe files to get execute the Java programming, and bin is having, my JRE is having all necessary environment for the purpose of get execute my commands which I pass on through Java. Okay. Now we will move into the other part. How to configure this? To configure this, here as I mentioned, you need to create two user defined variables, namely path and class path. To make this thing to happen, we need to move across. Move to my computer here. Properties of that. Here you can see advanced systems. You can find environment variables, and here you can see here I am already done it as a class path. Okay. To make use of this, just you need to click new and type here path, and where exactly that file is available, nothing but the path of that particular Java is available, you need to key in across. Say for example, as of my system is concerned, my path is available at this location. See program files Java JDK 1.7. This is what I am supposed to include here as part of my path is concerned. Just here you can see the same. The same thing applicable to my class path as well, but here I am more concentrating on my bin, nothing but in my lib. Instead of bin, here you can see JDK lib star.jar, which I am mentioned here clearly in our slide here in my class. And as in this is a traditional manual way of programming, And if you are making use of any IDEs like TextPad or NetBeans or Eclipse, the so-called whatever the discussed process, this point number 1, 2, 3, everything will be automatically taken care by my IDE, either it may be TextPad or NetBeans or Eclipse or any other. And here you would like to remember one thing, the class path what here I have mentioned may be vary, depends on the installation location what you are made as per your PC. And now we will move into a simple programming as I promised before this discussion. Now we'll move on. This is my TextPad environment. Here I am going to key in one program, class hello world. This is my class name, and I am initiating my class. This is the syntax: public static void main string, the type of argument what I used to pass on arguments. And you need to remember one thing, my Java programming is completely case sensitive. Say for example here this capital must be S, S must be capital. So we need to be a bit more careful while we are doing some programming. That's why we must be familiar about where we are supposed to use lowercase letter or an uppercase letter. Now here we are done with a simple programming. Now we need to follow a notation saying this. While we are going to save this program, my Java program always have its name with the specific class name. Here my class name is hello world. I am just copying it and I am saving it as the same name. I am saving that. Now you can see it's called. Now I am compiling it. Control 1. Yeah. Here it's showing some error saying this. Some identifier is missing. That is, here I mentioned instead of static, I mentioned static. I'm moving back. T-A-T-I-C. See here the color is changing. Now it's clear now. It's done. Now we are going to see. This is what the output, what we will be looking at. Welcome Java programming. And here it ends this thing, but from command prompt you are supposed to execute this. We will be using Java C, the so-and-so program name .java, and Java, while it for execution purpose, Java and hello. And with this session concludes. And I am Raghavendra from BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore. Once again, thank you people for listening to this. Enjoy program. Thank you.